My name is Akamumpa Jocelyn from Cavendish University.
Pauline Angom from Makerere University.
My name is Hanson Peter Buchan. I'm from the International University of East Africa.
Nakuya Niona Kasekende. I'm a student of Chambogo University doing demography and reproductive health.
Timbegamba Titus. I study at Chambogo University.
Roy Nachove from Uganda Christian University, pursuing a bachelor's degree in mass communication.
Clinton Tumanyi. I am a journalist and journalism student from Uganda Christian University.
Sexuality? I really have no idea about sexuality.
I know little about sexuality because I've not been educated, but as a girl, I think it's needed at university.
I don't think sexuality education is needed at university level, because I believe by the time university students get to that level, there is a lot of enlightenment that they've come a long way with.
We've been told these things before, and it's not really news, you know. These things have been told to us from home, primarily when we had the PRC programs, then secondary. Why do we need this at university? No, we don't need it.
I don't really know so much about sexual education, and I would really like to know more about it and be more enlightened about the whole sexual education.
I've heard about sexuality education, and my view about it, it's good, but it depends to which level. At campus, it may be good because here we need to know more things, because we are not exposed a lot when we are from the secondary schools, but when we reach here, we expose the world.
In my own opinion, I really think sexuality education is crucial for every Ugandan, every student at all levels. For example, in my university, all the students are sexual beings, they're sexually active. So once they have this information, I know they'll have safe and healthy reproductive lives.
I think sexuality is key in everyone's life, because someone expresses themselves sexually from birth till they disappear from this world. And I think it's very important in campus or in Chambogo University, among university students, because there are many risky sexual behaviors in campus, and these people, people have sex, yes, though they do not know the consequences or they do not know how to protect themselves. Most of them don't have enough information about whatever they're engaging themselves into.
Back in the days, you'd find parents giving sexual education to their children. You'd find aunties responsible for doing that. People would sit their children around the fireplaces. But these days, the family system has been broken down. You find people fear to even talk to their nieces and nephews about sexual education.
Most of this information is meant to be passed on by parents, which they don't. So kids and youths, they get information from wrong sources. So they are misinformed, and they decide on an uninformed point of view. And thus they land into trouble.
Cases are very many, and especially in our class, we had a girl. She's in third year, but she got pregnant when she was in second year, and she's finding hard time in catching up with education, because she has to break off for maternity leave and what.
Like people say they are scared of going to test themselves, but when you get this education, it enables us to get that courage to go and test ourselves.
The only family planning methods campuses are well conversant with are condoms, but they do not choose them consistently, because someone will sleep with their boyfriend or girlfriend for about 2 weeks, and then they already believe that they trust each other and they do not need to use condoms anymore. So we need to come in and inform these people of the disadvantages about the inconsistent use of condoms and what it could lead to.
As a girl, I don't want to get pregnant to disappoint my parents. I don't need to be HIV positive, so I really think we need sexuality education and sensitization in universities. We had a lecturer last semester. He was caught for sexual harassment. He was reported by someone who claimed she was sexually harassed. But we are still suffering the consequences up to now because we're not performing well in research. We've been having very many lecturers, and I think the root cause of this is lack of sexual education.
To begin with, young people and everyone out there should understand that
Sexuality is a broad term. It's something that goes beyond just the concept of sex. Sexuality is things to do with hygiene, gender-based violence, gender-based equality. Everything that is in line with what we do as people can be categorized as sexuality.
Is if it is disintegrated into several aspects. Talk about the hygiene bit of it, you can talk about things like menstruation, you can bring up things like pregnancies and things of that kind. Then that could make it necessary.
So I think this topic is such an important one, and more so in the university setting where people think they know, they are mature, yet in questions they don't have the right information. I think this information comes at the right time and is important to university students.